Hello, thanks for joining us where we're talking about Google Marketing Live 2019 and the big announcements from one of Google's major marketing events. I'm joined by Sam. You watched it last night. What were the big stories for you?
Well, it was very interesting. I think there was a few main ones that came out. I think the main one for us and the team here was the changes within Google Shopping that they're looking at advancing to as well. More so the new interface, the new platform, the new homepage, and along with that, the ability to actually buy directly through Google Shopping and not having to go to a third-party site as well.
And also YouTube and Google Images as well.
Yeah, along with that, YouTube growth, as we know, video platform, Google really pushing that video platform out, and other sort of elements as well in terms of image-led search as well that we're looking at.
I think one of the big feelings from this is it's Google's attempt to try and nullify the threat from marketplaces. So places like Amazon, eBay, and various other marketplaces, they've kind of come search engines in their own right for product search. Do you see that as Google trying to claw that traffic back?
Yeah, I think what they do really well and what Google have always done really well is see the market change, and they've obviously seen the growth in Amazon and the changes within Amazon, and there was talk of people moving advertising budgets from Google to Amazon, and is this a serious play by Google to keep that market share and bring that market share back? It could well be. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Another question with the Google Shopping stuff. So the European Union, the European Commission has already been very particular on Google and their dominance of the market, and particularly in shopping as well. I mean, surely the European Union, European Commission will be keeping a very close eye on this.
I'm sure they were watching yesterday. They might have been watching all with us as well. But yeah, I'm sure that'll be something that they will be keeping their eye on again. But again, it's the market share that Google have, along with all the other platforms as well. It's certainly something that I'm sure that they will find a way around.
Okay. Coming away from shopping, there was an announcement as well. A couple of features that are coming out of the beta phase, if you like, and why opening up. So we've got discovery ads and gallery ads were two in particular. Do you think that's something that they're features that brands are going to start getting excited about? Yeah,
so I think the gallery ads, showcase shopping ads as well, have also been in beta for a while, and we've been kind of trialing those internally as well. And I think actually with varying results, I think it works extremely well for the top of the funnel for broad and looking at impressions. And if that's something that's sort of part of your marketing goals, then it's certainly something to get excited about and add in within your campaigns.
Okay. At last year's Google Marketing Live, local campaigns was one of the big announcements. Now, it's one of those features that has tended to be aimed more at smaller businesses and smaller brands. This year, they've announced that specific products can be shown in those local ads. So if you're looking in a locality for a particular shirt, for example, those ads can now start appearing. Do you think that's something that bigger brands are going to start getting interested in?
Yeah, I think we've seen over the past couple of years, Google have tried to make that correlation between online and offline conversions and justify your online spend to offline sales. And I think this is another push in that direction. So almost for companies to justify keeping that high street presence. And I think that if we can, and you can see the developments within there as well growing, that it will encourage that more and more by larger brands to actually keep that and actually justify that media spend to people buying a shirt in store, as an example.
Okay. Finally, there's always the big buzzword at this kind of event, which is machine learning. It comes up every single year. Two features that caught the eye, so conversion value rules was one, and seasonality conversion rules as well. What's your take on those?
I think we were actually watching it with our team as well, and I think that's one of the things that they got most excited about with our team, especially the conversion values and adding those into AdWords, and actually being able to attribute that earlier on in the funnel, actually seeing what that's worth, whether that's done by location or by previous buying habits and other things that go with it. I think that will certainly add a lot to actually seeing the value of a customer and identifying that journey as well.
Yeah, I think really important for brands, particularly on the seasonality one, where if you've got customers that are only coming in during discount periods and promotional periods, it's something that keeps coming up in when you see the financial results of retailers now. They're talking about discounting and promotional periods, how they're having an impact on their profit lines. I think that can really help those brands understand which customers are only coming in, I suppose, when there's an offer on.
Of course, yeah. I think we still see a lot of companies actually keep their budgets very linear, and they don't really cater for those seasonality periods or those growth in sales, like when it's maybe a little bit more of a lull, and that will certainly help with identifying key times of year where you can actually make the most of your budget online.
Thanks for joining us. And thank you for joining us as well. We've got a more in-depth review of the big announcements from Google Marketing Live over on the blog. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and thanks for joining us.